The task force said many members of the public would have visited Changi Airport in the last few weeks, with some subsequently becoming infected. So to stem potential spreading in the community, tighter measures will be in place for 4 weeks from this Sunday until June 13th. A review will be done after 2 weeks to see if the measures need to be further adjusted. From Sunday, you can only gather with one other person, and you should continue to organize just 2 social gatherings a day. Households will also not be allowed to receive more than 2 distinct visitors per day. But grandchildren being cared for by their grandparents on a daily basis will not be counted towards the 2-visitor cap. As for workplaces, working from home will once again be the default. Dining in at eateries and hawker centres will be banned from Sunday as well, with these places only able to offer takeaway and delivery. Well, these F&B businesses will have their job support scheme wage subsidies increased during this period from the current 10% to 50%.
What we have seen so far from the recent cases suggests, as we have already highlighted, that the mutant strains, the new strains of the virus are more infectious, and the risk settings where infection can take place are when people are in an indoor environment without their mask on. And that's why we are focused on tightening restrictions in such a setting. As I explained, we had already done so earlier for activities in the gyms and fitness centers where you are unable to keep your mask on. And now the next step, as we have highlighted, is to restrict such activities in F&B establishments, and therefore no more dining in. In other settings, outdoors, or when you are in a space but you are able to keep your mask on, we believe with safe distancing, with proper precautions and safeguards, these activities can still continue.
The occupancy limits for shopping malls and showrooms will be further reduced. Only 50 people are allowed at congregational and worship services without pre-event testing, and 100 with pre-event testing. Live singing will be suspended during this time. Up to 100 people may be allowed into cinema halls with pre-event testing, but only 50 are allowed without testing. The operating capacity of attractions with approval will be cut to 25% from 50%. Wedding receptions will not be allowed from Sunday. Solemnizations may continue for up to 100 participants with pre-event testing and 50 participants without testing. The cap for funeral attendees is applicable to all days of the funeral, including the burial and cremation, at 20 people or fewer.